everyone. Go ahead and start us off while I let people know we're going live.
Good evening, everyone. You're truly Dr. Barry Pierre, co-founder of Autism in Black, with the one and only co-founder Maria Davis Pierre, head of the household, chief honcho here for Autism in Black, and we're bringing you another nightly update. This is our second time bringing a nightly updates. Bringing a nightly update for our 5th annual conference. Very excited.
Yes. Hi, everyone. As my lovely husband said, I am Maria Davis Pierre. I am the CEO and founder of Autism in Black, and we're here to talk about our 5th annual conference happening April 11th through the 13th. It is our very first hybrid conference, so we have in person here in West Palm Beach, Florida at the Palm Beach Convention Center. And then, of course, as usual, our virtual aspect.
Love it. And just to give a quick introduction, if this is your first time catching the live, make sure you are following if you're on my stream, because it looks like I'm streaming on Facebook and Twitter tonight. So if you're on my stream, make sure you go to the website autisminblack.org so you can learn about the organization. And then when you're done, make sure you register for the conference.
Mm-hmm. What are we telling them about the conference today?
I think first and foremost, again, 5th annual hybrid experience in person in South Florida, Palm Beach County. Very excited to host our first in-person experience. And like I said, over the weekend, we did some sightseeing. If you caught last night's live, we did some sightseeing around the area. It's a beautiful, amazing spot. You're going to have a great time, not only in the conference, but when you're outside of the conference as well. But we're going to get some work done, right? And we were just kind of going through the list of speakers who are going to be holding us down, and the list of pre-recorded sessions that are going to be holding down this community. And again, it just continues to amaze me and Maria how much how much has moved in these 5 years since doing this conference, as far as just content and support. And more importantly, we could not be here without you guys. So definitely want to make sure we take the time out to shout out everyone, whether you're catching us on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram. I know Instagram holds Maria down. So
they're on here. So if you see me looking to this side, I'm looking at the Instagram people. Do you want to talk about different types of tickets? I know we've gotten questioning regarding tickets, yes. What's included, pricing.
Yes, so right now we are in our early bird session of season of tickets, right? And what tends to happen every early bird season is, again, we get our rush of people who get in, and we got people who are kind of learning about the organization. And we have a couple of different tiers of tickets, whether it's a general admission ticket. First of all, let me pause myself and say, everyone who registers for the conference, what's different about this conference than other conferences is that you will get access to the recordings, not for 1 month, not for 3 months, but for life, as long as you remember your password. As long as you remember the password and the internet is still around, you get access to the recordings for life. That's for everyone who even registers for a general admission ticket. And we have 3 different tiers, whether you're a general admission, whether you're a VIP, whether you're a platinum ticket. We had some. We should talk about that. We should talk about that comment.
Our platform, you don't even have to memorize your password. It just lets you log in with your email. And we have some comments over here on Instagram. The Introverted Misfit says, hello, I'm looking forward to attending this year. We're looking forward to having you as an attendee. So shout us out, let us know when you are you virtual or are you in person? Let us know.
So we're going to have 3 different tiers: in-person, in-person VIP, and platinum. And that's whether you're doing general. That's whether you're doing in-person or the virtual experience. We have 3 different tiers, for both experiences. And when you take a look at the website that's scrolling across, it kind of gives you a nice little breakdown of what to expect with each different package. You want to talk about the comment?
I'm gonna go through. You're coming in person, yay! So when we start, let us know your IG name so that I can know it's you when you see us in person. I'm actually going to talk about what's in the packages, and I'll let you handle what the comment was, because we both know you are a lot calmer and than I am. So I am a very reactive person. Dr. Berry is a very proactive person. So the general admission ticket, and this is for in-person and virtual, of course, access to every single session, whether pre-record or live, you get all of those. Of course, private access to our conference platform. We use Whova. And that has networking sessions, that has access to all exhibitors, whether they're in person or virtual. It has access to all of our sponsors, which we will be announcing in the next coming weeks. So everything that we do is on that platform. Of course, like Dr. Berry said, you get lifetime access. And then if any of our speakers give any materials, you get electronic access to that. For our in-person general admission, you also get access to our sensory room that is on site, as well as our Saturday evening networking party, where we will be having light bites and drinks. Our VIP admission ticket gets everything general admission gets. Plus, they get a personalized VIP gift box, gift bag if you're coming in person, and VIP half day with me prior to the conference. So a few days before conference starts, you guys will be getting access to a link where you will be doing a virtual half day with me, and that's for both in-person and virtual. Then for our in-person for VIP, you get lunch on Friday and Saturday, and of course, the networking party, sensory room, and the VIP lounge. And then for platinum, you get everything that VIP got, plus you get a one-on-one session with me, access to a course, and access to a virtual paint and sip. We utilize Lock Inspirations by Ricky, who I went to high school with and love her dearly. And she actually customized these bags for us every year. So we will be utilizing her again this year to do our paint and sip. And then, of course, you get the networking party, you get the VIP lunch on Friday and Saturday if you're in person, the VIP lounge, and the sensory room. So those are our 3 different packages. You can go on our site, whether you are virtual or in person, those 3 packages come along with whichever ticket type you want. So if you want in person, there's 3 packages. If you want virtual, there's 3 packages. Now, we did get a comment about pricing and access and why we have VIP tickets and how it's not fair. And this is a comment that we do get in some format yearly regarding the pricing of our tickets and things like that. One, we like to let everybody know that we do have free workshops that we do quarterly. This coming up one is Saturday, which Dr. Berry will talk about. And then we also have our podcast and things like that. So we do have lower cost levels where you still get to access resources. But when it comes to our conference, yes, there are prices associated with it because it costs to put on an event. We also, if we're not giving our speakers payment in honorariums, we do foot the bill for them to come to us to be able to speak to our audience, right? So there is a cost associated with putting on a conference. And because of that, there's going to be a cost associated with the ticket. So understanding that a lot of times anybody who's ever attended a Autism in Black conference has told us verbatim that prior to the end of day 1, they've already gotten their ticket cost. So before they even have the rest of the weekend, they will tell you that they have gotten their ticket cost just because of the information that they get. Do you want to, Shanique is here. Shanique has, I think Shanique has attended ours before, our conferences before. So hi, Shanique. Yes, she's in Alabama, and shouldn't be telling your location, but she has attended before and has been a speaker on our panels.
Yeah, no, I think what tends to happen, especially because we do have this conversation every year. Usually, one of our lives are focusing on comments. We've been getting very good, right? Been very good, but I think maybe it's still kind of in the early stages, so maybe it'll start ramping up as
Hopefully.
we ramp up. But what I always say with everything that with Autism in Black, right? Our goal, right, is to provide value that is through the roof, right? Because I know if I provide value through the roof, whatever the cost is going to be very minimal. And it's also the reason why, we got the podcast. It's also the reason why we do the summits and everything else, because we want to make sure that when people do patronize with us, whether, you buy a shirt off Maria's Shopify page or you get one of the paid webinars, that you understand like, oh, I already know that they're going to bring it because look at the stuff that they do when the thing is free, right? Like, yeah, shameless plug. We have a men's summit coming up this Saturday, right? It's free. It's there. Like, join us, right? You don't have to pay nothing. You put your name, email. I think I asked for your phone number and just join us. So we want to make sure that we continue to provide a community with those types of events as well. And when you get to the point where you can patronize us and you come to a conference, whether in person or virtual, we're going to welcome you with open arms. But, we got speakers we want to take care of. We got, obviously these people who want to get paid. Amazon wants to get, all these folks want to get paid. So we do offset some of the costs. And again, it's not necessary to, make us rich or anything. It's just a matter of, it's the cost is the cost. In that regard. So, and I can assure you, right, when you come to the 5th conference, like Maria says, we're going to knock it out the park as well too, right? So you won't miss that 127 or 47 or whatever the price. You're not going to miss it. Whatever price package you come in at, whether you're virtual or in person, because our goal is to give you so much value that you walk away ready to work and say like, oh yeah, I would have paid for that again. So it is one of those, again, it's always funny when we do get it, because I think a lot of times it's rooted in the fact that, hey, you're having a conference focused on the Black community, especially in the autistic Black community space. So they don't think that a price should come with it. But again, it's just elementary. Like my speakers, we got to take care of the speakers, right? There's folks that got to be taken care of that we do. So again, for those who may be itching and thinking like, I don't know about this Autism Black, they look cool, right? Like I like that husband and wife duo. I like what they're doing, right? But I don't know if they really about what it's about. Like, come to our summits, check out her podcast. She's got like the biggest podcast in the Black autistic space in general. She's got the biggest podcast there. Autism is same name.
One of the big,
right? And there's some phenomenal guest presentations on that podcast as well too. So you will learn and you will be able to take some action.
And we will have some new episodes coming with our current speakers. Yes, Shanique has attended 3 years of our conference. She says she loves them all and can't wait to interact in person. I know I can't wait to see you again in person. It's been a long time since we've seen each other. So one thing about Autism in Black is we like to provide an experience. For me, I attend a lot of conferences. And I know that as a neurodivergent individual, I get bored easily. And because of those experiences, I like to make sure that with our conferences, knowing that there are neurodivergent individuals that attend, right, that I'm making sure that it is engaging, it is fun. Yes, we're learning. Yes, it's a lot of heavy material, but at the same space, we're building community. At the same time, we're able to have a fun time. So experience is like second tier for us, because top tier is creating a safe space, but experience is the next level for us. So anytime that you interact and come to a Autism in Black event, you are going to always leave thinking that was an amazing experience. Our girls event that we did last year, at the end of last year, it was a 9-hour event. Like this one's going to be on Saturday, and people stuck around from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. because of the experience. Because what we offer, you're not really getting anywhere else when it comes to the Black autistic space. So just keep that in mind. We have a comment on Instagram. The Introverted Misfit said, "What's the name of your podcast?" It is called the Autism in Black Podcast. Most anything we do is going to be under our organization name, Autism in Black. So we are on most podcast streaming platforms. Dr. Berry has made sure of that, but you can also go to our website and access it there.
Oh, and can we answer, this is another question. This is a comment we got. And again, right, I know why they ask it, right? I understand why they ask it, right? Especially if you look at our speakers, if you look at the founders, right? If you look at, the audience that kind of Maria curates, you may be shocked, right, to hear, right? But like, you do not have to be Black, right, to attend the Autism Black Conference, right? Like, I know this sounds funny, but like after the 5th year of answering the question, I try to take myself out and say, all right, let me look and see what they're seeing, and I kind of understand it, right? Mm-hmm. I understand that you're probably not used to going to a conference and seeing majority Black speakers, right? Like, just let's start right there. Majority Black speakers, master's degree, doctorate degree, like you're probably not used to kind of seeing that. And of course, because we don't necessarily hide from the fact that we're talking to the Black autistic community, there may be some, hesitance and concern that we only want, people who are Black, right? Like, but again, we understand the numbers. I'm a physician. Mm-hmm. I can't tell you only go to a Black doctor. There's not that many of us, right? It's just the reality is there's not that many of us.
It's 2% out of all doctors are Black.
So, like, I would be doing my community this service saying you should only patronize Black physicians, like, because you're not, depending on where you live at, you ain't gonna find one for miles. Mm-hmm. So we understand that in our community we have white people, Hispanic people, we have Indian, like we have Asian people, we have people who are taking care of our community because they want to take care of people, right? So we don't want any hesitancy or fear of wanting to join the conference, right? Especially in person or virtual, because you don't think like, hey, I'm white. I'm not sure if again, and this I love the comments, right? Don't hesitate to ask, right? Because you don't know if you don't ask, but it is always funny because we do get that comment in one way, shape, or form in every year, right? And I like those comments versus the I guess you're only talking to Black people, like they're upset that we're doing it. Right. So
what I say yearly is that our content will forever and always be focused on the Black autistic experience. That's something that is just coming with anything we do here at Autism in Black. Any and all of our content is focused on the Black autistic experience, but you do not have to be Black to attend anything. In fact, we want you to attend if you're not Black, because this is the space where you're going to learn how to do less harm to our community. We know the chances of us interacting with a professional is high that they're not going to look like us, right? So this is the room that you need to be in so you can learn how to do better when it comes to us and our experiences. We know the stats. We know what comes with us going into, an OBGYN room. We know what it comes to having a therapist who is not culturally responsive. We know those rates. So this is the space that you need to be if you are a professional, if you are a teacher and educator who is working with our community. You need to be here because you need to learn, right? You need to be able to provide neuroaffirming care, understanding intersectionality, right? So I'm always going to stand 10 toes down that our content is always going to be about the Black autistic experience. We're not changing that. And it's always going to be known that that is what we do. But if you are working with our communities, you want to learn about our community, this is a space you need to be in.
No, I mean, parent, right? If you got some adopted kids, you married into a family, like, no, you should be here. Like, in fact, y'all should probably be in the front row. Should probably be in the front row, right? Like, it just is what it is. So again, we appreciate y'all asking. We appreciate y'all asking. We understand. We understand why you ask. Because again, when we be going to other conferences, right? Like, it's I recognize that, ain't a lot of us in there, right? And but I make myself feel wanted, right? I don't shy away from that experience because there's not a lot of us in there, right? So we want y'all to feel comfortable and feel safe to do the same.
Crystal, hi. If you are utilizing social media to reach out, I'm gonna be honest, I get a lot of DMs daily. So try again and I'll be sure to look out. I'm usually not paying attention to my social media unless it's unless they are and the team is making me. So usually I try to stay away because, as I've said, I am more reactive, and some of these comments actually do irritate me because we do a lot of hard work in the community, and some people don't understand the efforts that go into doing these events and understand that, that the fact that we have to have Autism in Black is because other conferences, other organizations do not focus on our experience. So if it was happening, we would have never had to create the organization. So yeah.
Oh yeah, trust me. We every year for conferences, I look at all the other conferences that are going. In fact, if you you just do your Googling right now for autism conferences, and just see what conferences are out there, and then see what conversations they're having. They're not having the conversations that that need to be had. So that's why this conference is so unique, and that's why you need to be there April 11th through the 13th.
You can email admin@autisminblack.org. Social workers too, and I believe it is Social Worker Month, so happy Social Workers Month to my social workers. I am a licensed mental health counselor, not a social worker, but I celebrate all of my social workers. My sister's a social worker, so happy Social Workers Month. Rosita says, I agree, absolutely. Yes, I think a lot of people really don't understand all of the efforts and what we have to deal with on the back end a lot of times. So for that, I do try to stay away from social media because Dr. Berry doesn't let me comment how I want to comment a lot of times. So there's that. Oh, thank you. I see your comment, Crystal. And yes, email me and we can hook it up.
Indeed. And again, April 11th through the 13th, make sure you are registered there. Our early bird season for our tickets will be ending shortly. So don't hit us up and say like, oh, what happened? Like it's the price does change. As we get closer to the conferences, right? But again, please feel free to, again, if especially if this is your first time catching us, right? We got a summit coming up this Saturday. autismblack.org/Men's Summit 2025. It's happening this Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can register there. You can get the Autism Black experience there. I'm actually going to be going live in about 15-20 minutes talking just about that. I'm going to take over her socials in a minute. So again, we're going to have a good old time.
We are. And if you're still interested in being a vendor, you can go to autismblack.org/vendors and submit your application for us as well. We do have a few in-person spots available, but of course, unlimited virtual exhibitor booths. So there's that. Again, also, in alignment with our early bird phase, understand that our discount on our room block ends on March 16th as well. So go ahead and make sure you are getting your in-person tickets and snagging up your room so you can be sure to get that discount. And thank you, Crystal. Listen, I'm always very nervous about our conference each year. I'm always like, I don't know if somebody gonna attend. I don't know if, they're not gonna like it. And the team works really hard on making sure that I really combat those negative thoughts. So thank you for wishing us well on another successful conference. We're putting that into the atmosphere. So we are excited excited about that. We have 2 different vendor table prices. If you go to the vendors website, you can see both of them. And our in-person vendors, we only have a limited number of spots, and I think we're down to 3 left. So if you're wanting in person, now is the time to get that, because there's only 3 left, and we are a little over a month away from conference.
Indeed. Excited.
Anything else you want to say, or you want to wrap it up so you can talk about this event?
I think we're good for the conference. Again, we'll be popping back in here tomorrow, probably likely afternoon. Because tonight we got evening we got some stuff to do. So we're probably back tomorrow afternoon, giving our updates, checking in with you guys again, hopefully answering any questions you may have. And again, just more countdown to the Men's Summit, as well as countdown to the conference, which again, autismblack.org/conference 2025, April 11th to the 13th. Want to see you there in person or virtual. Just be there.
Yes. So you guys will see Dr. Berry shortly, and you'll see me tomorrow talking more about the conference. So enjoy your evening and make sure to watch out, because Dr. Berry will be going live again on taking over my socials to talk about the Men's Summit. So if you're interested in that, your first time hearing it, make sure you're looking out in the next 15 minutes. Enjoy your night.
Thank you.